morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. Navida Sheikh from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we'll be learning a very interesting chapter from your EVS textbook, that is the Environment and Us, Part 2. Now, we have already started with this chapter and we have already uploaded the part first of this chapter, in which we discussed about what is the meaning of environment, why the environment is so important to us. There are living things and non-living things in our environment which are very important, and anything which is any living thing or non-living thing, if it is disturbed, it is going to ultimately harm all the animals and plants and living things only. So in our previous session, we have learned about all these things. If you haven't watched our video, please do go and watch the first part of the chapter to have a better understanding about the chapter. Now let us continue with the next part of the chapter. Let's get started and learn something new and interesting today. Here you can see that there is a food chain. You've already learned about food chain, so I will not go in detail about that. You have seen a food chain in this picture above. One of the link is missing. If the lizards are not there, what effect will it have on the grasshopper? Okay, or if there would have been a bird, what picture should be there in the blank space? If the living things really died out, what would be the threat to the entire living world? Now, if suppose any one thing from this food chain is missing, if lizards are missing and only corn is there, grasshopper is there, and a snake is there. Now, snakes do not eat a grasshopper, okay? And grasshoppers they multiply very fast. ठीक है, तो बहुत जल्दी ये रिप्रोड्यूस होते हैं और उनकी जो दे हैव अ ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ ग्रासहॉपर्स बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हैं क्रॉप्स को. तो अगर लिजर्ड नहीं रहेगी तो व्हाट विल हैपन, ग्रासहॉपर्स का जो लॉक्टिस का जो नंबर है वो बढ़ जाएगा. ठीक है, उन्हें कोई खाएगा नहीं तो उनका नंबर ऑब्वियसली बात है बढ़ता रहेगा. और अगर लॉक्टिस का अमाउंट नंबर बढ़ जाएगा तो जो कॉर्न है या फिर हमारे जो क्रॉप्स हैं वो डिस्ट्रॉय होते जाएंगे. अगर क्रॉप्स डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएंगे तो हम लोग क्या खाएंगे? ठीक है, तो इट विल लीड टू डेथ्स इन ह्यूमंस आल्सो. एंड इफ स्नेक्स डू नॉट गेट फूड, दैट इज लिजर्ड, इवन द स्नेक्स विल डाई. देन इफ स्नेक्स डाई, ईगल्स है, जो बड़े वाल्चर्स है, बर्ड्स है, जो स्नेक्स के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है खाने के लिए, अगर वो नहीं मिलेंगे तो वो भी डाई, they will also die, and that will ultimately create an imbalance in our environment. हमारा जो environment है, हमारे जो environment में सारी चीजें जो भी naturally present है, whether that is a living thing or a non living thing, अगर कोई भी चीज है तो वो बहुत important है हमारे ecosystem के अंदर. ठीक है, we have all learned about the ecosystem in our previous chapters and I hope that you remember that. ठीक है, तो कोई एक चीज भी इसमें से मिसिंग हो जाएगा, it will affect the entire ecosystem and it will interfere with our living, how we are living also, it will interfere with that as well. If the different types of plants and animals become extinct one by one, many of the links in the different food chains will be lost. ठीक है, तो एज आई टोल्ड यू, अगर स्नेक ही नहीं रहेगा तो फिर स्नेक आउल क्या खाएगा? तो इस हिसाब से एक एक चीज एक्सटिंक्ट होती चली जाएगी. Many scientists believe that this will affect the entire living world on the earth and the balance in the nature will collapse. As I told you that there is a proper balance in our environment, in our ecosystem. ठीक है, whether it is living things, whether non-living things, animals, plants, insects, everything. हर एक चीज एक proper amount में बनाई गई है, okay, by the creator. Now, if anything is removed from the ecosystem, it will automatically create an imbalance. ठीक है, जिसके वजह से हर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म के ऊपर उसका इफेक्ट पड़ता ही है. ठीक है, so this is what this sentence is trying to make you understand, that the entire living world on the earth and the entire nature, the balance in the nature will collapse. Now that is the reason you need to maintain environmental balance. Due to human intervention in nature, Large scale changes are taking place in the air, water and land. In a previous video, we have learned about how we are using land, we are doing deforestation, we are making use of industries and harmful gases are being let out from that, harmful chemicals are let out into the water bodies due to which everything is getting polluted, right? Also, these non-living or abiotic components are getting polluted. As a result, the existence of living thing is threatened. जितने भी living things हैं, obvious सी बात है, उनके ऊपर भी ये एक danger हो जाता है. As a result, the existence of living things is threatened, while several living things have already become extinct. Now, there are many animals which have already become extinct, and there are certain animals which are on the verge of getting extinct. If one factor of the environment is damaged, its relationship with other factors also get affected. As I told you in the food chain also, अगर एक animal missing हो जाता है food chain से, तो उसके आगे वाले animal और उसके पीछे वाले animal पे भी effect पड़ता है. ठीक है? So that is why it is said that हर एक चीज दूसरे चीज से related है. From time to time, some of the living things on the earth become extinct. But today this process is taking place at a much faster rate. This is a threat for the whole living world. Okay. Earlier also there were many animals which were said that they were existing, but now they have become extinct. But nowadays this extinction of animals and plants has become more rapid because of the human activities. ठीक है, हमारे फायदे के लिए हम लोग प्लांट्स को कट कर दे रहे हैं, लैंड्स यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं फॉर एग्रीकल्चर, फॉर इंडस्ट्री, फॉर लिविंग, okay, for building roads and railways. That is why the animals are also dying. They are losing their houses. They get burned because of that. Okay, they meet with an accident when they are roaming around on the road because they don't know how to live in such areas, and that is the reason even the animals lose their life, and it is ultimately what will happen. Those animals will become extinct. Okay, अगर animals extinct हो जाएंगे तो it will also affect the ecosystem and our environment. Our needs and the environment. We all know that whatever you need is fulfilled and you get it from the environment only. Food, water and clothes are the need of all people. We use a lot of things to meet these needs. Besides, we use many means and devices for the purpose of studies, sport, hobbies and entertainment. We even stock up these things so they will be available to us whenever we need them. We have all seen that हमारा जो खाना है वो हम लोगों को हमारे environment से मिलता है. Anything, whether vegetarian food, non-vegetarian food, जो भी हम लोग खाते हैं वो हम लोगों को कहाँ से मिलता है? हमारे environment से. प्लांट्स खाते हैं हम लोग, एनिमल्स को खाते हैं, तो वो सारी चीज़ें हम लोगों को हमारे एनवायरनमेंट से ही मिलती है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट वाटर एंड क्लोथिंग, यू ऑल्सो गेट क्लोथ्स विच आर मेड फ्रॉम कॉटन. और कॉटन कहाँ से आता है? प्लांट से आता है. प्लांट्स कहाँ पर अवेलेबल है? एनवायरनमेंट में प्रेजेंट है. सो वी नीड आर नीड्स आर फुलफिल्ड फ्रॉम द एनवायरनमेंट. As I told you, water is also required on a daily basis. हमारे जो घर है ये भी environment की मदद से ही बनते हैं. We need wood, okay, we need soil, sand. ये सारी चीजें कहाँ से मिलती है हम लोगों को? Environment से मिलती है. All these things are obtained by using materials from our environment. All the people in the world have similar needs and desires. Any people living anywhere around the world have similar needs only. सबको खाने के लिए खाना चाहिए, पानी के लिए पीने के लिए पानी चाहिए, रहने के लिए घर चाहिए, and all these things you are getting it from the environment. As a result, the environment is being degraded rapidly. अब जैसे जैसे population बढ़ता जा रहा है, everybody has learned in the very beginning that increase in the population has led to more requirements are nowadays we require more things. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए ज़्यादा जल्दी ये environment हमारा degrade होता जा रहा है. It is not getting proper amount of time. जैसे अगर हम लोग trees cut down कर रहे हैं, जितने जल्दी जल्दी हम लोग साल 2 साल में trees cut down कर देते हैं, but वही trees को बढ़ने के लिए, उगने के लिए कई साल लग जाते हैं, and that degrades our environment. Okay. There are few global efforts for protection of the environment. Several projects are being implemented by the international level at the international level to maintain the balance in nature. It is important to raise the awareness of people all over the world about the threat to environmental balance. Many countries of the world are enacting laws that will help to prevent the pollution of air, water, and soil. As we have learned that there are industries, there are factories, there are living human beings like us, which are giving out waste materials into the water bodies, into the atmosphere, okay, into the soil, which is causing pollution. Okay, and in order to control that pollution, there are various laws which have been enacted कि अब इसके बाद हमारे जो पानी है, सीज है, ओशन है, रिवर्स है, इसके अंदर ये टाइप का केमिकल नहीं ऐड किया जाएगा because that leads to many animals death and which is very dangerous. Okay, so that is very important thing that has come up with the by enacting laws over it ताकि pollutions ज़्यादा spread ना हो. It also, there are few endangered animals like the panda, you can see, tigers. These are few animals which are coming under the list of endangered animals. जो कभी भी अगर इनका ख्याल नहीं रखा गया सही तरीके से, अगर इन्हें हंट कर दिया जाता है कभी कभार, तो उससे भी इनका जो नंबर है वो कम हो जाते हैं. Earlier, people used to hunt down tigers in order to make carpets from them, in order to utilize their skin for making bags, for belts. All these things were used in order to make things for us. Okay, but now there are laws which have been enacted by the government in order to protect these animals, and their skins are not utilized now. Animal skins are not used for making handbags and belts and shoes. Okay, so there was a need for the laws, and nowadays we have that. So thanks to the government for enacting all the laws in order to protect our environment. The efforts to maintain biodiversity. You have learned about the meaning of biodiversity also. Biodiversity means हमारे जो world है इसके अंदर बहुत types के animals और plants रहते हैं. Bio means living, diversity means variety. ठीक है? So there are huge variety of animals and plants living in our environment, and there are various efforts to maintain that biodiversity ताकि बहुत types के animals और plants हमारे environment में बने रहें. ठीक है? So we have learned about that also in our previous chapters. One of the way of protecting our biodiversity is biodiversity parks. An area which is reserved for the purpose of protecting and conserving the biodiversity of a region is called a biodiversity park. Now, if you go to any zoo, okay, mostly you all must have visited a zoo. वो zoo में क्या होता है, animals को रखा जाता है, बहुत बहुत types के animals होते हैं, plants होते हैं zoo में, but उन्हें cage में रखा जाता है ना? But these are called as biodiversity parks. They are different from that. In these parks, biodiversity is both preserved and studied. People visiting such a park enjoying being close to nature. This leads to more concern for nature. ताकि हम लोगों को importance पता चलती है different types of animals or plants की. Now this is one of the biodiversity park in India, Udan, that is there in Pune. Now here you have one more Yamuna Biodiversity Park, which is there in Delhi. Next, we come to national parks. There is a difference between biodiversity park and national parks. Some areas which are important for the protection and conservation of wildlife are reserved for them. For example, the Kaziranga National Park, the Tadoba National Park. Okay, so you have learnt about national parks, you must have visited some national parks also in Mumbai. Alright, so these are a few regions जहाँ पर animals को protect किया जाता है, conserve किया जाता है, basically mostly wildlife animals. एनिमल्स, ओके, वाइल्ड एनिमल्स के बारे में ये जगह होती है। काजीरंगा नेशनल पार्क, it is considered as the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Tadoba National Park, which was declared on 9th April 1955, and the area is about 116.55 square kilometers. Okay, it is a huge area. Now in Tadoba National Park, you can see animals roaming around like this, and people are moving in a closed car, okay, in order to view them. Here also you can see Tadoba National Park. This is a tiger reserve where tigers are looked after, and they are studied and they are taken proper care of. Apart from that, we also see elephants, rhinoceros, tigers, different types of birds in the Kaziranga National Park. We move on to the next effort, that is the sanctuaries. We have learned about national parks, we have learned on biodiversity park. Now we move on to sanctuaries. Certain forest areas are reserved for protection and conservation of particular animals or plant. Such a reserved area is called a sanctuary. For example, the Radhanagari sanctuary for bison. Bison are animals which are found in this particular region. ठीक है, ये फॉरेस्ट में वो एनिमल्स मिलते हैं. अब ये एनिमल्स को उठाकर कहीं और नहीं लेके जाते हैं, बिकॉज वो एनिमल्स को वो एरिया में रहने की, वहाँ का खाना खाने की और वहाँ की एटमॉस्फेयर और क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन से वो लोग अडेप्टेड है. ठीक है, सो दे आर केप्ट देयर ओनली इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फॉरेस्ट ओनली, एंड दे आर लुक्ड आफ्टर. ओके, उनका ख्याल रखा जाता है वही एरिया में, वही फॉरेस्ट के अंदर. उसे रिजर्व, वो एरिया को रिजर्व कर दिया जाता है एज अ सेंचुरी फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर स्पीशीज. अब यहाँ पर राधा नगरी सेंचुरी के लिए कौन सा एनिमल के लिए फेमस है? वो बाइसन. ओके, दिस इज अ बाइसन. अपार्ट फ्रॉम देम देयर आर अदर एनिमल्स आल्सो व्हिच आर लिविंग इन दीज सेंचुरीज. Mayani Lake has formed due to dam built on the Chand River in Satara district. Flamingos from the Siberia region in northern Asia migrate to this lake. Here they build nests and lay eggs. Once the baby birds grow big enough, they return with them to Siberia. In the recent past, as the water level in the dam has fallen, the flamingos have stopped coming so. However, the lake has now been declared as a sanctuary for birds. So as I told you, sanctuaries are particular regions. एक area होता है जो वही animals के लिए specifically reserve कर दी जाती है कि ये animals यहाँ आते हैं, यहाँ रहते हैं, तो इनका ख्याल हम लोग इसी तरीके से यही करेंगे. ठीक है, so this area in Satara, this river, the Chand River in Satara used to have a dam. There is a dam which used to have Siberian cranes coming there and living over there. Okay, not and flamingos from the Siberia used to come there and they used to live in that particular area, and they used to build nest and lay egg. But अभी क्या हो गया है, पानी का लेवल कम हो गया है, तो उसकी वजह से ये बर्ड्स आते ही नहीं हैं. They have stopped coming, and hence however अगर सपोज कभी आते हैं तो उनका ख्याल बहुत अच्छी तरीके से रखा जाता है ताकि ये birds आते रहें. This is also one more picture of the flamingo. You can see how beautiful color they have. This is how the flamingo looks. The next is the biggest maldhawk, that is the great Indian bustard. Sanctuary in Asia is at Nanaj and Sholapur district. These huge wakely birds are famous for their graceful gait. These birds live in open grasslands. They feed on insects, thus giving protection to crops in the fields. They are the farmer's friend. As they are hunted for their meat and their eggs, their number is fast dwindling. Maharashtra state has declared the Nanaj area a sanctuary for the great Indian bustard. Deer are also found in these grasslands. Okay, so if you see this type of a bird, this is basically found in Solapur district in Nanaj, and they are found in that particular area only. So that area is considered as a sanctuary for this bird. Okay. And apart from this bird, deers are also found in these grasslands. Here also you can see the picture of the Indian bustard. About 50 kilometers from Pune on the Pune-Ahmednagar highway, the village of Morachi Chincholi is famous for its peacock population. The old, well looked after tamarind trees here have created a favorable environment for the birds. Now, peafowl have found sanctuaries in this village. Okay, these are nothing but peacock-like animals only. Okay, you can see this is what we're talking about. They are found mostly in Pune, and they are this area that is Morachi Chincholi is famous for their peacock population. Here you can see how the beautiful peacock looks, and you can even see other animals living in that sanctuary. Devrais means a boon for all living creatures. Indian culture gives importance to the protection of forests. The Devrai is an example. People believe that a Devrai is really a jungle reserved for God. No tree or plants in a Devrai is ever cut. That is why all trees in Devrai are safe even today. Maharashtra has many Devrais. In Madhya Pradesh, they are known as Shravan. Devrais give shelter not only to the plants but also to animals that live there. Hence, Devrais or Shravnas can be called the sanctuaries of ancient time. So earlier, people used to have such areas, such forests used to be reserved as to take proper care of the animals which are living in that region. Okay, they were called as Devrais. They were nothing but previously known sanctuaries or in the ancient times. Here you can see one of the Devrais. This is another image of the Devrai where you can see it located between the forest area. So there are so it is understood to all of you that our environment, and the animals, living things, non-living things, everything is equally important to all the things that are there in our on our planet Earth. And if there is too much of deforestation, or if there is too much of industrialization because of which pollution increases, every type of pollution, whether land, water, soil, अगर ये pollution increase होती है तो हमारा ecosystem disturb हो जाता है, and because of the disturbance in the ecosystem, the people living and the animals and the plants living in the environment, they also get disturbed. So it is our duty to protect our environment, take care of it properly. If you're cutting down one tree, you need to make sure that you at least plant 2 to 3 more trees, so that the people who are coming after us have a beautiful environment, that like how we are looking at it. Okay, so it is, I hope that this chapter is quite clear to all of you. Now, in this chapter, we have learned about the importance of each and every animal, each and every living thing, non-living thing, how they're important to each other, and how we should take care of it, how animals should be protected. I hope with this session is quite clear to all of you all. In the next coming period, we'll be learning something new and interesting. If you have any doubts and queries, do ask us in the comment section. Till then, thank you. If you like the session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and view the videos that we had today for you. And please do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you remain updated with all the latest videos that we'll be making for our dear students. This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.